Hi, I'm Dave Zarin, and this is your Prince George's County Public Schools Update. We're here today to look at some of the exciting events in the school system. We start by going to sea without ever getting our feet wet. Here's how a flotilla of ships helped dry dock students learn all about science and engineering.
This is a lumber carrier. You see these a lot in Oregon and Northern California. These giant ships like this that carry logs.
If the model boats on display at Ernest Just Middle School looked especially colorful and not as sleek as expected, it was because all 100 of them were made entirely of Legos. Part of a science program called Teach Fleet, each of the ships, from familiar tugboats to ocean liners to sleek aircraft carriers, consisted of up to 30,000 Lego pieces that copied the actual ship down to the tiniest of details.
This is called a self-propelled barge. And as you can see, this moves around here.
Show organizer Wilbert McKinley, after a 30-year career as an engineer and ship designer, travels from school to school with his flotilla, teaching science, encouraging technology careers, and paying tribute to famed African-American maritime inventors.
This ship is named after a ship captain named Hugh Mulzac. Hugh Mulzac was the first African-American to command a merchant marine ship with an integrated crew during World War II. I started a hobby of building Lego ships, and I wanted to use those Lego ships to introduce young people to environmental science and marine engineering because I thought ships were a great way to introduce kids to STEM subjects, and especially because my ships involve Legos, and I know every child loves Legos.
Well, Mr. McKinley's ingenuity turned a school into an ocean. That of the students and teachers at Glenarden Woods Elementary turned their school into a continent, thousands of miles away. Here's the story.
If it sounded like West Africa in the hallways of Glenarden Woods Elementary School recently, it certainly looked like it too. For to celebrate West African culture, the entire school staged plays, wore costumes, displayed artifacts, and even baked a traditional wedding cake, all to transport students and visitors alike to exotic Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, and beyond.
Tell me about what you're wearing. You look good.
Thank you. It's an African Buddha and a traditional hat worn by the men.
We did all of West Africa, and each hallway chose a specific country to focus on. So here you have Ghana, you have the marketplace, you have the landscape and the wilderness, and then down this hallway you have Nigeria and all the regions of Nigeria.
What's your personal investment in this? Do you have you been to West Africa?
I've never been to West Africa, actually, but we have a very diverse student population. A lot of our kids are from, or their parents are from Africa, so it hits home for a lot of kids.
And if all the tribal masks and enough lions and zebras and monkeys and snakes to equal a safari weren't enough to establish Glenarden's African credibility, real African visitors, some of them royal, appeared wearing their own resplendent garb.
Well, the costume you see, it's from Cameroon. It's a symbol of royalty, and with the beads on the back, you see, it shows that we still maintain our roots, even though in the USA, you know.
I just get so tickled because the children are actually telling me what they have learned.
Congratulations to Glenarden Woods for transporting itself all the way to West Africa by the sheer force of its imagination.
There was no need for students and parents to imagine a far-off place at the recent Head Start Fair at Highland Park Elementary School, where there were plenty of real-world services and real-world fun.
The irresistible bubble-blowing machine at the recent Head Start Fair was the perfect metaphor for what was an uplifting day. With both bubbles and skyriders soaring overhead, plenty of important health activities and opportunities for exercise and fun were taking place down here on Earth at the Highland Park Elementary School. For the 932 families receiving Head Start's comprehensive academic and social services here in Prince George's County, the blood pressure station, the healthy food advice table, and the temporary tattoo parlor were all big hits.
You're going to see all kinds of things that are going on to promote healthy living for our children. Head Start is about that. We look at the education piece, but we also look at the total body or the total part of the children and the family. We work in conjunction with them in every area to make sure that we can promote school readiness for our children ages, again, 3 through 5.
But while the jumping and hula hoop twirling and face painting made for a great family outing, they belied the fact that there are more than 5,000 Prince George's families living below the poverty line who have yet to receive federal Head Start services.
Well, this is a community health fair given by Head Start to educate and introduce the community to healthy initiatives. And I'm really excited because Head Start is a program that we've got to support. We've got to increase the availability of all early childhood programs for all of our children.
That's it for this edition of Update. For Grant Kittleson, I'm Dave Zarin. We'll see you next time with more good news from the Prince George's County Public Schools.